Okay, thank you very much, guys. This is ProGraphics once again, and today I'm taking you through a tutorial, and the tutorial is how I edited the image that you are seeing on my screen. Let me see. There might be a little bit of. Okay, thank you very much, guys. This is ProGraphics once again. Okay, so those that are checking if I'm online right now. I don't know if you can see it very well, but if not, then I have to go back and check off my settings again and re-come back so that we can have a successful class. Now you can see the image on my screen. Yes, I want to take you through how I edited this particular image. So let me see if there's a settings that can be done to it so that you can see it very clearly. Okay, so since you can hear my voice, let's manage it for now. Okay, so I think, let me see. Oh, okay, so if that being the case, then guys, just give me a minute. I'll be back again. I have to change the resolution so that you can see it in 1080p. Okay, so I think you can see it in high resolution now. There should be a change. So if you're not having a change of the resolution, please refresh the page so that you get a full resolution. Yes, refresh your page and get a full resolution. If you're watching me too online, please send a message or comment hi so that I know that you guys are watching me before I start with the process how I manipulated this particular image. Before I start with the process how I manipulated this particular image. So I'm waiting for you. I want to see your high. Let me see your high. Okay, let me see your high. Then I start. Send your comment hi, then I start with today's proceedings, how I managed to get that. If you're watching me online, please show hi. Okay, I think there's some few things that have to regularize. Okay, let me see. So yep. Okay, so guys, with what you are seeing on my screen, that is, I want to show you how I started from here. Okay, I hope you can see it, this image, and I'm able to get this. So this is the before and this is the after. This is the before and this is the after. And even with this one, I'm planning to put some few stuffs in it, okay, like some lamps and other stuff. So after I've done that one too, I'll let you guys know. Okay, now the reason why I'm doing this live streaming, please, I'm very busy now with this to the extent that I can't record videos, edit them and post it over here. So guys, please bear with me so that all of us can learn together. Okay, so let's begin with today's tutorial. So as you can see, there's the image. I hope you guys can hear my voice. Yes, there's the image that we just previewed, and as you can see, here is the layout. So you can see them over here. Let me bring my zoom so you can see. So this is the layout that we have here. So from the layout, you can see that over here I made a duplicate of that particular image, And when I made the duplicate, now you can see another layer over here. Now let's look at it. It's a black layer, and someone will ask that why the black layer? Because when you look at the background is black, but I couldn't get opportunity to work more on the background, so I decided to put some few backgrounds in. So you can see I brought this one too, which is a flower, trying to fix it on the background if it will work. Then from there I also brought this one to try my best to work, and that's where you have to be creative. Okay, you have to be creative. So this another background that I brought, this another background I brought. But before, remember, as after I've made a duplicate, when you look at this, we have a mask over here. So what I did is that I went to select, then I came to select subjects, and I made sure that all the subjects are all the edges of the subjects are well selected. Good. So from there, what I did is I continued. Let me click this so that you can see. Now when I bring the background, you can see that the background has changed. So I tried this background. This one is dark. Try to make the blacks more dark, checking it out. So I brought this. I realized that it doesn't match, and this one I can change it by changing the color to the color of the dress, but it wouldn't look professional, so I decided to stop. So I came over here, and likewise. So from here, what I did is I realized that over here the skin is very dark, so I have to lighten. So what I did is I came to the blending option. I chose selective colors. Then from the selective color, as you can see, you see that the face is now bright. So before and after. So what I did is I did the selective color, and I changed the blending option over here to screen. Then I reduced the opacity. Then I used my brush, okay, to paint on the areas that I want the highlights to be, so you can see, because we want the face to pop out. So after I did that, I just create a stamping layer of whatever you are doing. Then, as you know, I always create duplicate of whatever I'm coming to do, so in case of anything I can get a backup. So I made another one too, a duplicate. Then I did a frequency separation. Let me zoom in so that you see. I did a frequency separation over here, so you can see that's before and after I did the frequency separation. Then I duplicated it again. Then from there I did another frequency separation again. So let me bring in the texture, you can see, and the blur. So there is the second frequency separation that I did. Now let me break it down so that we can continue. So from here I did another selective color, as you can see again. So let me bring it out, the same process I did for the whole skin. Then I use the levels. Okay, with the levels, you also come to the adjustment layers over here, you choose your levels, and let me show you what I did with the levels. So this is what I did. So when it comes to the shadows or the dark, I made 6, and here is 1.19, and here is I didn't touch this side at all, because 255. So I touched this side and I touched here. So that is that. When it comes to the levels, now if you have any question, please you can type in the comment section so that I answer. Please, if you have any question, you can type in the comment section, then I answer that particular question that you are in need of. So now we are done with that. So you can see we have this. So from there, let me show you this, okay, so that the whole thing will be okay. So from there I created a stamping layer, and with the stamping layer you can see that there's something that is happening over here, but the same thing is here, and I'll show you how I went about it. Now with this one that you are seeing over here, this flowers that you are seeing, I place it on it, it's downloaded, and if you know that you can WhatsApp me, but I changed the color, it was red. Okay, so I changed the color, added to it, and I created a stamping layer. So from there I came to selective colors again, you can see, and this time the selective color, let me show something over here. It's a precept. Now when you look at it, you can see this is the before and this is the after. You can see that with the blacks it has changed a little bit because I saved a precept. So I did some changes. You can see over here Jerry's red, that's the precept that I used. So you can see the reds over here, I've touched them, and the blacks too, I have touched them over here. So it's made it so simple. So if you want to copy it or do the same, it's +2 for the cyan, the magenta is +3, the yellow is -5, and I didn't touch the highlights of the blacks. Then when it comes to the red, I did a little bit of, when it comes to the magenta +6, then you come to the blacks -1. So that's where we are able to get this particular one. Okay, so let's go on. So from here, what I did is I brought this particular image, this one. Now this image too was downloaded from the net, and when you look at it, it looks a little bit blurry. It's just because I made it a smart object, and to make smart object, you right click and you click on smart object. So I've made a smart object already, so that any change that I will do with this particular image, it will not be embedded in the image, but I can go back to the original image and do changes. So that's what I have over. So I added a Gaussian blur to it, so you can see now the image looks sharp. Now the reason why I added a Gaussian blur to it is how the image looks like. It's an upper shot, so automatically the face has to be in has to be sharp, and the background has to be a little bit blurred because the focus was right on the face. So when you look at this, I duplicate this. Okay, this one I didn't bring in again. Okay, so there was a duplicate of this particular image because you can't see those greens over here again. So there was a duplicate of this particular image from beneath. Then I brought this mask over here. And how can you do it? Now let me show you. Let me duplicate this so that I'll show you. Let me delete this layer so that I'll show you how to copy mask and place it on another mask. So let me delete the mask. Then if you want to create the mask, you come over here, you create the mask. Oh, I've double clicked the mask. Yes. Then you press on the Alt key, then you hold the mask that you want to copy, then you drag it onto. So you can see that it has created the mask. So that's how this mask was created. So from there, you can see I have a lot of some elements over here. Now these elements are trees, plants, okay. There are leaves and other stuff that I also downloaded and I added to it. So when you look at it, let's see, you see that it has changed the entire face of what we were doing. So here, when I begin to take them off, you begin to see that they are going off one by one. So those greens that you are seeing, you can see one is this, the other one, and this one, you can see I brought them in. Good. So let me bring this one down. Now the next step is the hue and saturation. Now when you look at this one is red, okay, and it doesn't bring a blend. You can see this one is pink, right? Yes, or orange, sorry. So orange with red doesn't blend. So what I did is I did hue and saturation, and I change the color, so you can see that it blends with the environment. So hue and saturation, come to the adjustment layer, you choose your hue and saturation. So let me double click and let me show you what I did. So because it's red, I came to the hue and saturation and I chose red. So you can see that the changes are over here among the red. So that's what I did. So after I did that, I created a mask to that, then I painted on it. So let's go up so that you see what. So from here I created a gradient map. Wow, what is this gradient map for? Just to create a vignetting to it. So you can see that the edges are a little bit dark. The reason why I did that, so that the focus will be on the face, not the surrounding. Now the image looks flat, so when you see, I see a flat image, but look at it. When I bring in the vignetting, what happens is that you see that our focus is on the highlight now, so straight on the face. Okay, so let me pass this one because I'm doing it live. I'm streaming live. It might be a little bit blur, but it will be okay as time goes on. Okay, so from here, let me show you how to do it. So when you come to the blending option over here, then you come to gradient. Okay, so the gradient view. So what you do is now you come to the style, and this one I use radar. Now you can see it's only in the middle, so you come to a reverse. So the reverse, have you seen it has gone around it? So if you want to create more space, you go like this. So 210 is okay. So you can see something like, even this one is even nice. I like this shade. So that is it. So you can control it. So you can see I can control the point. So if face light, like this. You can just do it this way. You click OK, and that is it. So that's how I created the gradient map, or sorry, the gradient view. Okay, I created the gradient view. So from there I created a stamping layer over here. So this is the stamping layer of that particular image. Now before the stamping layer, I want you to look at this. So from here you can see that we have the hue and saturation here. So this is the hue and saturation, and the brightness too over here. We did the brightening of the eye and everything over here. So very, very important. So over here too, we created the iris colors too over here. Then with all these ones, we joined them together and we created a stamping layer once again over here. Now with the iris, it's a preset that I created, of which you use for the black eye, and with the bright eyes for the white, and the iris sparkle is how bright you want this one to be. So if I take this one off, let me zoom in so that you can see that they are going off one by one. So there is the whitening of the eye, and this one goes for the eye whitening, and this one goes for the iris. Okay, and when we come to this here, I create the stamping layer as I said. Then I added additional skin glow to it. So when I double click,